The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. 2 Chronicles 16:9. I'm just waiting on God, waiting on him to prosper me, waiting on him to heal me, waiting on him to deliver me. Have you ever heard anyone make statements like that? They sound good, don't they? They sound very spiritual. But the truth is, the people who make those kinds of statements don't know much about God. I know they don't, because the Bible clearly teaches that when it comes to the blessings of God, we're not waiting on him. He is waiting on us. What is he waiting on? Obedience. You know, the world tries to convince us that it's more exciting to sin than to obey God. But Jesus proved that it's not. He lived the most exciting life in history. Obeying God isn't going to doom you to a life of boredom. Obeying God isn't going to cheat you out of the good things in life. No. Obedience will lead you into the most thrilling life of victory and blessing you could ever imagine. How do you fulfill that kind of obedience? One day at a time. You don't sit around for years waiting for God to tell you to go to Africa as a missionary. You learn to do the little things he tells you to do. You learn to follow his directions on a daily basis, just going about your day doing what pleases him. God primarily provides those directions through his written word, by the inward witness and by the voice of his Spirit. Many believers get very excited about the voice of God. They're eager for him to tell them what to do about various situations in their lives. But they don't want to take time to study the written word or be quiet enough to listen to the inward witness, which is the voice of their own spirit, enlightened by the Holy Spirit. Even Jesus, who was more sensitive to the voice of God than any man had ever been, studied the written word. In fact, he was so skilled in it that at the age of 12, the Jewish teachers in the temple were astonished at his understanding and answers. If you'll simply believe the written word, you'll find it much easier to follow the inward witness of the voice of the Spirit. The written word will retrain your mind to think like God thinks so that you recognize his directions. When he speaks, you'll know it's him, because what you are hearing is right in line with his written word. And then you can walk in obedience with nothing to hinder your receiving what you need. Remember, you're not waiting on God. He's waiting